I was on my knees in my kitchen crying. He had found me again. Now, before you call the cops, I promise this is a good story. The him that I'm referring to is God. During this time in my life, I had just felt completely isolated and alone, and like every single thing that I did was just messing up. And I felt like such a huge disappointment to God that he could never partner with me, that he didn't have a plan for my life anymore because I'd messed up, because I couldn't be good enough to become who he needed me to be, who he wanted me to be. And I was on my knees crying because he showed up and he reminded me that I was still loved, that he hadn't forgotten about me, and that he still had a plan for my life. He reminded me of the story of the prodigal son. And in this story, there's a man who asks his father basically for his entire life savings. And then he runs away to basically what we would consider Vegas and spends all of his money on Vegas living. His entire life savings just gone. And he wakes up one day, time has passed by, he has no more money, he's all alone, he's isolated, and he feels like such a huge disappointment. He feels like there's no way that God could ever use him, that God could ever even want to partner with him again, because he'd messed up. There was no way that his father was going to be able to ever welcome him back home. He'd betrayed him. He had gone against what his father wanted. He had spent his entire life savings on nothing. But he comes up with this plan that if he can just go back home and beg for forgiveness and maybe just at his father's feet beg for maybe a job or something so he can try to regain his father's trust and regain his father's love. And I can picture it that as this man is walking home, he's rehearsing this over and over and over in his head, this apology that he's going to come up with. I'm so sorry. I know I've disappointed you, and I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. I was selfish, and I did what I wanted to do. And because of that, I hurt you. I wasted so much time doing all of the wrong things, and if you'll have me back, I'll work hard. I'll do whatever it takes to just regain your trust. I know that I've hurt you, but if you give me a second chance, I promise I'll work so hard and I'll try to regain your trust and I'll try to earn your forgiveness, and maybe one day, maybe, if I work hard enough, I might be able to earn your love again. And as he rehearses this over and over and over again, he comes closer to his father's house. But before he can even make it to the door, his father sees him. And he runs out with open arms and he embraces his son before a word is even spoken, and he says, "Welcome home." Before his son can even utter an apology, he says, "Welcome home," and he throws his arms around him and he kisses him and he brings him back home. And he throws this huge celebration because it doesn't matter what his son has done. It only matters that he's home now. It reminds me of a verse, Romans 5:5, and it says, "And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit, who was given to us." This story is about you. It's about me. It's about our relationship with God. God doesn't see us as these filthy, disgusting, unworthy beings. He sees us as his children who he's running out with open arms to welcome home. He wants us. He loves us. He wants you. He's pursuing your heart. He wants you to come home, and he loves you so much. He's not looking at you with disappointment or disapproval. He's running to you with outstretched arms, don't believe me, ask him.